Welcome to the third video of our historic series about St. Stanislaus Church. My name is Rob Jagalewski. I'm the parish historian, and this video will be dedicated to the tornado which struck our church on April 21st, 1909. That day began as just another early spring day. The temperature was 46 degrees. The tornado would come out of the southwest about noon, and it would cause $125,000 worth of damage to the church. The two gigantic bell steeples in the front of the church would be totally destroyed, and other buildings in the neighborhood as well were destroyed. People were blown off their feet by the wind, and the city rebuilt most of this and got things going within a number of months. The tornado happened from noon to 1 p.m. The temperature reached 68 degrees at noon, and this was the high temperature of the day. The low temperature would be 42 degrees. The sky darkened rapidly from 12:31 to 12:34 p.m. The wind veered suddenly to the southwest and west. A hurricane-force squall came very abruptly. There was a heavy downpour of rain and some pea-sized hail. The hail lasted about 1 minute from the west from 12:30 to 12:34 p.m. This was when the greatest amount of property damage occurred. The wind reached its highest point of violence from the west at 84 miles per hour. On the Fujita scale that measures tornadoes, this would have been an F1 tornado. The total storm lasted about 5 minutes. We were blown out of the tower and came to rest in the schoolyard. One of these bells weighed 5,000 pounds, the other bell weighed 2,500 pounds. They were eventually sent back to St. Louis, Missouri to be recast. A tragedy occurred when a young boy, Arthur Niedbalski, was killed by falling debris from the steeples. Many neighborhood churches suffered damage. Many neighborhood homes and businesses suffered damage. People were picked up and thrown through the air by the force of the wind. Businesses lost their roofs and homes were displaced. Electric power was out. Other damage was done and people were injured from flying debris at other locations. When things settled down, the cleanup began. A year before the tornado hit, the Bishop of Cleveland, Reverend Ignatius Horstman, notified Father Theobald Calamaya, OFM, the pastor of St. Stanislaus Church, to get cyclone insurance. He did just that, and the church was rebuilt in a year. The church was cleaned. The stained glass window in the east transept was moved to the choir loft. 2 new stained glass windows were put into the transept areas to replace the damaged window and the one window that was moved to the choir loft. During the cleanup, the icon of Our Lady of Częstochowa, which resides in the east transept of our church, was moved to a safer location because of the damage in the church and the fact that most of the roof was gone. The City of Cleveland restored electric power in quick time. The neighborhood rebounded from this storm. Many people asked, how could somebody get trapped in a storm like this? That was because there was no Doppler radar at the time, no television, no radio. The storm just hit and you had to deal with it as you could. Following the storm, Cleveland passed new regulations which restricted the height of steeples. Therefore, we could never rebuild our steeples to their original height. So the city of Cleveland and the community of St. Stanislaus rebounded from the tornado of 1909. Many parishioners pulled together quicker. The parishioners worked together harder to make this a better church community and a neighborhood community. This concludes the third video of our historical video series of the Shrine Church of St. Stanislaus. Thank you for watching.